Imagine a nation so small that millions of football fans around the world can't even point it on a map. A nation of just over 500,000 people, 10 volcanic islands floating in the Atlantic Ocean, nearly 600 kilometers off the coast of West Africa. No football superpower, no endless conveyor belt of global stars, just a people shaped by resilience. This is Cabo Verde. A country once used as a crossroads during the transatlantic slave trade. A nation that fought droughts, isolation, and centuries of hardship before gaining independence from Portugal in 1975. Today, its sons and daughters live across the globe, from Lisbon to Rotterdam, from Boston to Paris. But on this night, the world was looking at Cabo Verde, and Cabo Verde stared right back. Welcome to this special episode of Fields of Fame, where we will be featuring Africa's magic moments in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. I'm your host, the African Dissector, and today we celebrate a result that felt bigger than a victory. Standing on one side, Spain, World Cup favorites, a squad filled with world-class talent, a team expected to cruise through the group stage. Standing on the other side, a tiny island nation making history simply by being there. The predictions were simple. Spain would dominate, Spain would score, Spain would win. But football has a beautiful habit of ignoring predictions. And standing between Spain and victory was a wall that had a human name, Vozinha. His real name, Josima Jose Evora Dias, a goalkeeper whose journey has taken him through clubs in Cabo Verde, Angola, Moldova, Portugal, Cyprus, and Slovakia. Now wearing the colors of second division Portuguese side Chaves, he has quietly built a career through discipline and perseverance rather than headlines and superstardom. Since making his international debut in 2012, he has represented Cabo Verde at multiple African Cup of Nations tournament.
Could be here, tipped over by Vozinha again. Not quite a double save, but a double contribution in double quick time from Vozinha. Denies South Africa. Mitlali Mayambela being charged down by Vozinha. What a save from the Cape Verdean keeper.
What a save.
He became one of the nation's most capped players. By capped, I mean representing his nation's team in an international match. Capped because in the early days of the sport, UK awarded a physical cap to its players for every international game they played. Anyway, nothing compared to this moment, the FIFA World Cup. And when the opportunity finally arrived, he was ready. From the opening whistle, Spain dominated possession exactly as expected. Wave after wave of attacks crashed towards the Cabo Verde penalty area. The pressure was relentless. The passes were sharp. The movement was brilliant. But every time Spain thought they had found a way through, there he was, Vozinha. At 40 years old, making his FIFA World Cup debut. Most players dream of the World Cup in their 20s. Some make it in their 30s. Vozinha waited until 40, and when his moment finally arrived, he delivered a performance for the ages. Save number 1, point blank, denied. Save number 2, quick reaction, denied. Save number 3, a strike headed for the corner, full stretch, denied. Then another, and another, and another. By the end of the night, 7 saves. 6 of them from inside the penalty area. The kind of chances that usually end with commentators shouting, "Goal!" The Spanish stars kept attacking. The crowd waited for the breakthrough, but it never came because every answer Spain had, Vozinha had a response. Then came the final whistle. Spain 0, Cabo Verde 0. But the numbers don't always tell the full story. For Spain, it felt like points dropped. For Cabo Verde, It felt like history was written forever. And while fans celebrated inside the stadium, another story was unfolding online. Vozinha's social media exploded from around 50,000 followers on Instagram to millions in less than 24 hours. One performance, one night, one unforgettable introduction to the world. At an age when many footballers are thinking about retirement, it became one of the biggest stories of the entire tournament.
Não tem meio milhão. 13, isso é louco, isso é louco.
But this story isn't over. Cabo Verde still has battles ahead. More giants to face. Uruguay on 22nd, 1 a.m. East African time, and Saudi Arabia, 3 a.m. of 27th June. More history waiting to be written. Can they survive the group stage? Can they shock the football world again? Can this tiny Atlantic nation continue one of the greatest underdog stories we've ever witnessed? Today, nothing seems impossible because if you can stop Spain, you can dream about anything, even lifting the trophy on the night of 19th July. This is why we love football, because sometimes the biggest moments don't belong to the biggest nations. They belong to the dreamers, the underdogs, the players who refuse to accept what the odds say. From a chain of islands in the Atlantic Ocean to the biggest sporting stage on earth, Cabo Verde reminded the world that African football is more than just talent. There is resilience, courage, belief, and on this unforgettable night, one man stood taller than everyone else. Vozinha. 40 years young, 7 saves, a clean sheet, and a performance that will forever live in World Cup history. He waited years for his World Cup moment and grabbed it with both hands. This has been Fields of Fame. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe, like, and share with another football fan, because Africa isn't just participating in this World Cup. Africa is making history. Will another African giant write history at the 2026 World Cup? I'm your host, the African Dissector. Stay hungry. See you on the next one.